Hello, everyone. I am Jorge Eliezer Cardona, and as part of our Cultural Week, we will explore a fascinating variety of English, the San Andres Creole. This project allows us, as indicated in Unit 7, to reflect on how culture and linguistic contact shape global English. Our goal is to analyze this Creole language, its classification, and its distinctive features. To approach this task, we have thoroughly reviewed Unit 7, 8, and 9. Specifically, Unit 8 and the masterclass on the classification of word Englishes have provided us with the key tool, the concept of creolization, and the classification models. San Andres Creole is a perfect example of how a contact language, a pidgin, becomes a mother tongue, a Creole, demonstrating the influence of other languages such as African ones in the development of English, as discussed in Unit 9. San Andres Creole, also known as Creole or Islander, is the native language of the Raizal community of the archipelago of San Andres, Providencia, and Santa Catalina in Colombia. It is estimated to have about 12,000 native speakers. Its origin dates back to the 17th and 19th centuries during British colonization and the slave trade. It is an English lexified Creole language, meaning most of its vocabulary comes from English, but its grammar and phonology are strongly influenced by African languages, which act as a substrate, a concept we reviewed in Unit 8. Its development is parallel to that of Jamaican Creole, being a living testimony of linguistic contact in the Caribbean. When classifying San Andres Creole, we use Cacrus three circles model. This variety is located in the outer cycle. This circle groups varieties of English that developed in colonial contexts, where English became an institutionalized second language. Although it is a Creole language, its English lexical base is historical and its historical function in administration linked to this circle, differentiating it from the inner circle, historical mother tongue, and expanding circle, foreign language. Its development follows a process of endonormative stabilization, where the racial community establishes its own linguistic norms, separating from the British model. Now, let's analyze four linguistic features that distinguish it from Standard English. One, the TMA system. San Andres Creole uses preverbal particles to mark tense, mood, and aspect instead of verbal inflection. For example, for the progressive aspect, they use the particle a. Instead of saying she is running, they say she a run. Two, absence of copula. The omission of the verb to be, meaning the copula, is common in sentences where standard English requires it, especially before adjectives or locatives. So instead of he's happy, they say he happy. These morphosyntactic simplifications are typical of Creole languages and reflect the influence of African substrate languages. Number three, plural marker. The plural is not marked by the suffix s, but with a post lexical element such as them, which comes from the pronoun them. Thus, the books become the book them. For phonology, interdental fricative substitution. At the phonological level, San Andres Creole lacks the interdental fricatives of Standard English. For example, the sound th in think and the in that. These sounds are replaced but stopped like t or d. For example, think is pronounced think and that is that. This is a phonological feature often transferred to Creole speakers when learning Standard English as a phenomenon known as linguistic interference. The Creole language is inseparable from the rich racial culture. This culture is a melting pot of African, British, and Anglo Caribbean influences. In music, reggae and calypso are fundamental. In gastronomy, the flagship dish is rondon, which in English is round down, a stew of seafood and tubers cooked in coconut milk. Traditional architecture is characterized by wooden houses raised on stilts and painted with vivid colors, a style adapted to the tropical climate and Antillean heritage. Finally, festivities like the Green Moon Festival celebrate this Afro Caribbean heritage, keeping the cultural identity that sustains the Creole language alive. In conclusion, San Andres Creole is a vibrant example of English variation and the profound influence of culture and language. Its study allows us to better understand the processes of creolization and the classification of Creole languages within CACRU's outer cycle. Thank you very much.